Soon after the fire, the Conway Inn was repaired and rebuilt, and quickly returned to its prominent role in the town. Locals remember this period fondly, when the inn was run by 2 generations of the Balut family.
And then the Baluts come along. And Jesus, they ran a good place. When his wife was alive, they had even had rooms. They had meals, and they had some rooms upstairs. But after she died, the rooms faded out, because the daughters worked anyway. But old John, he run a good place, and he was a good fella, you know. And it was a working man's bar. People, all the workers went in after work, the end of the day. And most of the time, John would be in the back booth there, snoozing. He'd say, "Help yourself, I take a nap now." He'd say, and everybody was just helping themselves, you know. They were good. I mean, they were good, honest people. You know, even the customer. That draft system they put in the night before Rose and I was married. We were married in '58, September 20th. They put that in, and that was an act. It was, we went in that evening, and one guy, who normally was an electrician, but he had a square and he marked out this hole where it is. And this guy by the name of Colonel, little fella, he got up there with a skill saw. Of course, there wasn't many of them around there. And he'd go through nails. You ought to have seen him ripping. And he had a pretty good package on. But nobody got hurt. And when they shoved the thing in, it fit. So it was a nice, giant, old Brunswick pool table. And he had little tables on the side. A lot of guys would sit there and play pitch. It was a good crowd and enjoyable time, you know. Of course, beer was 10 cents a draft. You get 10 beers for $1. Go out Saturday night, $2 and get stiff. But,
my son Lester was going to work in the morning, and he was working for, who was it that he was working somewhere in Greenfield, and he saw John over there and waved at him. But he was sitting there with his head down, and so he went along to Greenfield, and he worked somewhere where he was LaSalle's. Is it LaSalle's in Turnus? Anyway, he was delivering. He got a job there, and he was delivering some flowers to the nursing to the funeral parlor, and he went in. And John Balut was in there, in the casket, and he had died. He had had a heart attack sitting on the porch there. And he said, my gosh, he looked at him and he says, my God, that's John.
When I first started going there, it was Bertha and Emily, which was that open when the light was on, which was pretty much a cool place. The light's on, the bar's open. And Friday nights, boy, the old story, anybody goes to a bar room, boy, on a Friday, you gotta watch out. You know?
Why is that?
Well, first round's on me, you know, when someone comes in, I'll buy a round. And before you know it, it's trouble. And Eileen caught on to that pretty quick.
They were okay, but they used to both work somewhere, and they'd go to work in the morning, and Emily would be driving the car, and the other one would be in the back seat. They never sat side of each other. They were a couple of strange ones. Yeah, it's been an interesting place.
Probably 1982. I used to deliver the paper there, and Bertha and Emily were the owners of the Conway Inn, and I always remember them in Polish, fighting very loudly, screaming and yelling, and I used to skip by and have it be my last paper, and I used to run in and throw it on the bar and run out. And then Bertha, I think it was Bertha, would pay me every couple of weeks, and we'd come in the back. There used to be a package store in the back, and they had chips. She always used to give us chips and soda and kind of like give us our money, and then make sure we got chips and soda and thank us for delivering the paper. This is me, my friend, or whoever was with me. And we'd leave, and then we'd have contact again in 2 weeks. Of course, I don't know if everyone knows the story. When you go, light is on out front, they're open, and when the light isn't on, they weren't open. And that's the only way to tell they were open or closed. They had no set hours.